Ladies and gentlemen, the brand new summer release is finally here, version 2024.26. And no, it's not this visualization. This was part of the spring update, but don't worry, this update is huge. I'll be going over the different release notes, walk you through each of the features, so make sure you watch till the end so you don't miss anything. Let's get into it. 2024.26.3.1, and the first edition is YouTube Music. Now, you do need to be a YouTube Premium member in order to enjoy this feature, but basically it allows you to listen to over 100 million songs ad-free with your YouTube Premium or Music Premium account. You can access your library to see all of your liked and added songs, playlists, but the thing is, it does require a premium connectivity, or you can use a Wi-Fi hotspot. Up next, we have Amazon Music, which is another streaming app that you can use, and people are very excited about these two. You need to be a Prime member to get access to over 100 million songs, and similar to YouTube Music, you need to have premium connectivity, or you can use your hotspot. So either way, if you don't have premium connectivity, you're still covered. And we also have Castle Doombad Classic, which is apparently a game. So if you're an avid Tesla gamer, this is a great update for you. So we'll be checking that out and see how that new game's looking. And the big one is the parental controls now, right? So you can now enable parental controls with a pin on your vehicle, set a max speed limit, and limit acceleration to chill. Turn on safety features such as speed limit warning, automatic emergency braking, and forward collision warning. And you can also set ignite curfew. So this is excellent for parents that are really looking to manage their kids and how they're driving, when their curfew is, when their cutoff period is with the Tesla. So a great way to micromanage your kids in case your kids don't get annoyed by you enough. So up next we have navigate to sub destinations. Now the number one thing I've been seeing with this is whenever you go to the airport, there's different terminals like 1, 2, or 3, whatnot. You can choose the terminal as a sub destination. I don't know where else this would apply. Like, comment down below where else you think this applies, but I would love to see other use cases besides an airport, but we'll get into that a little more. And then next we have weather forecast and air quality. Now this is pretty cool, but it's quick and good to get that option. You can see already a little peek here how that's looking, but your vehicle status bar now shows the local weather conditions alongside the temperature. When air quality is poor, your vehicle also shows an AQI symbol and index value, and I think I see that over here. So are they trying to say my air quality is poor here in Canada? Tap the temperature on your touchscreen to see details about your local weather forecast, such as the weather condition, highs and lows of the day, and chance of rain. And this one interestingly requires premium connectivity. There is no workaround if you're going to use your Wi-Fi hotspot. I don't see the Wi-Fi hotspot mentioned, and I think Tesla's really trying their hardest to get more and more individuals to subscribe to premium connectivity on a month-to-month or an annual basis. Up next, we have this big one, which is a scheduled charge and preconditioning. Now, there's a new redesigned menu in this screen or the Tesla mobile app, which allows you to schedule or precondition your vehicle. You can select the location, schedule a one-off, repeat specific times or days of the week, and also control when charging starts and stops. So this is really cool and a great way to customize your charging even more if you feel like that was currently pretty limited. Security improvements. Well, it's always good to be more secure, so we have more improved security fixes and improvements. They haven't specified what exactly they've added, but hey, who can complain about more for security on Tesla? As we know, is an absolute security fest. Glad that they're always keeping up with it and keeping it very safe for all the different Tesla owners that are out there. Up next, we have other updates, and I'm glad. It's funny how they say other updates, which can actually be categorized as individual updates, because these are quite a big list. So you'll see that there's a battle of Polytopia, create graves, build crypts, summon demons from the... Okay, it sounds like it's either an added game or an update to a game that's currently existing. And same with Vampire Survivors, right? So discover the secrets to dark mysteries with a new character, power up, achievements, and stages and weapons. Okay, I don't use the games enough to be able to be an expert in that particular domain. And then we have this one. I'm surprised is being tucked away in the other updates. A redesigned climate panel allows you to select your comfort and settings with ease. I can easily put this over here because I think they've made quite a few changes to the climate panel. We'll go over what the previous one looks like, and we'll go over what the new one has been changed to. We also have when in auto, the fan speed may now automatically lower to reduce the sound of ambient noise during a phone call. So I believe this is like a tap of a button where you can enable this. When you are on calls, the fan will lower down, which will prevent your calls from being distracted. So this is a really good good update, not a big one. And then we also have Zoom meetings now default to full screen. So now previously, just like the browser update they did, used to be just this small in terms of the screen size. Now I believe it'll take over the entire screen, which is pretty cool and a needed update. But to be honest, I don't really use Zoom on my Tesla, but it's cool if you do. And then we have Tesla mic is now supported in conjunction with availability in the Tesla store. I believe this is for US only. I'll dig into it more, but I'll put a picture up of the new Tesla mic. And then lastly, we have controls search now surfaces climate related features and navigations when searching for an address. So that covers all the updates, but we're not done yet. Let's go into each of them and see how they look. Starting off with YouTube Music. So let me go in here and there it is. So whenever you do get updates to different things, instead of like hunting for them, it'll give you a dot to tell you what's been updated or added. First off, we have YouTube Music. And now I will have to sign into my Google account to be able to do this. I don't have YouTube Premium. As a YouTube creator, I don't have that. I'll put like an image of what it would look like. I am a Prime user. I will log in to show you how this looks like. Don't worry, I'm not gonna let you down twice. So I do have access to Amazon Music. Now you'll see that there's availability of various different podcasts. Let's look at some Tesla ones because that'd be what you guys are probably interested in. So let's look at Tesla and let's see what kind of options we get. I actually don't listen to podcasts as much when it comes to Tesla. I do like watching a lot of YouTube videos, but if you're interested in Tesla, look at all the different options that there are. Playlist, podcast. Okay, then that's probably what you're interested in. And there you go. There's some cool ones here. I think the one I recognize, I don't recognize any of these. Maybe, these are not that common. I think I'd see more common ones. I think Tesla Daily. I used to listen to that. See, there it is. Yeah, so this is the most common podcast. So this podcast, I don't believe exists anymore. You can see January, that's where it was last added. Used to be a great YouTube channel that everyone was a big fan of. He did end his YouTube channel, I believe, but the podcast has been ended as well. But anyways, this is for example purposes. If you do want to listen to it, you can see that lays here. And as you're driving along, you can listen to the podcast. Here up top, you'll see the different sections divided, right? So it's for you. So I'm assuming it's customized based on your different likes. Radio stations and Amazon Music, which I don't listen to radio anymore. News and talk. Okay, news and talk. We have podcasts, which I mentioned, and the main one, music, right? So listen to your favorite artists and things like that. So it divides it by the 70s, 80s, 90s hits, and then as well as your music stations, and then categories and genres and things like that. But you get the message, and of course you do have the search function. So say I want to look into a particular artist, The Weeknd. And there you go. You see the songs over here from The Weeknd. I'll skip over Castle Doom Bad Classic. I'll leave that for last. So let's start and check this game out real quick. Monday's my favorite day for evilness. Okay, thanks for sharing. Here's a game. You can see I'm not that great. Having trouble figuring it out. But here we go. Add this little dynamite. Can't you see there's already a trap there? Okay. Hey, why am I getting into this? What's going on here? Am I bad at this? There's already a trap there. Oh, and did I just win this? I absolutely killed it. I got rid of those two bad guys. There it is. That's Castle Doombad. But I will go into parental controls. You go to this icon, you go to safety, and that's where you'll see parental controls. So if I go down here, you can see that there's a new symbol. You simply click on, and there you go. There's all different things I was mentioning, right? So you can change your limit. You can toggle your speed up or down, and then you can turn this off if you don't want to limit your kid speed or even your friends. Actually, you can have these parental controls on your friends. Who says it's just for kids? And you can reduce acceleration, right? So you can set it to just chill, where they're limited to chill, and they can go wild on the sport or standard option. Or of course, you have the option to untoggle that. And then safety features such as speed limit warning, forward collision warning, and automatic emergency braking cannot be modified. You can toggle that on and off. And then curfew notifications. So on your mobile app, it'll actually send you a notification when a vehicle's driven from 11 p.m. to 4 a.m. So if anyone's driving your car, you'll get a notification. And then up next, we have navigate to sub destinations. So I did have to play around with this to figure out how the sub destinations work when you're using navigation. But basically, you do click your airport. For us in Toronto, it's YYZ. And there you go. You see the option of the sub destinations come up. So you see Terminal 1 for arrivals and Terminal 1 for departures. And similarly for Terminal 3 for arrivals and departures as well. In Toronto, those are our two main terminals that we have. So if I want to get the hell out of here, I click this one, Terminal 1 departure, and there you go. So you'll see that was the sub destination of the Toronto Pearson Airport, right? So if I go down here, you'll see that this terminal has been added, and then off we go. Cool little update. I want to see other use cases besides just the airport. Just good to see. Maybe in a park, maybe, for example. I just thought of that now. Maybe there's a different sections in a park. Maybe it's good for that. Now, up next, we have the weather forecast and air quality. Now, let me click click on this, and there you go. So this is a really good addition, I think. This is simple information that I personally care about a lot. I know not everyone can kind of look at their app. Of course, you can do this before you leave the house, but let's just say you're already out and you're out in the park, for example. I kind of want to know what the evening's looking like. I can just quickly scroll over here, and it tells me right now the weather's really good, but I may need a jacket in the evening as it gets a little bit chillier. And then chance of rain, so lets me know if I should leave my umbrella in the car. And then humidity, wind, and then AQI. It measures the air quality, or maybe it gets it through the feed through the internet, but right now it's saying the air quality is moderate at 78, which is, I don't know what the standard is. Let me know in the comments what your AQI is looking in based on where you live. I don't know if this is too high or if it's somewhere in the middle ground, but it does say moderate. Up next we have schedule, right? So now you have more options, right? So if I click on this, you can see Monday to Sunday by 5:30. You can repeat, and then you can set different things, right? So now you can set precondition by a certain time, and then you can pick your days. How often you want it to precondition. Let's say you have a different schedule on your work week versus what you have on the weekends, right? So for example, you have a strict schedule. By 8:30 a.m. I want to head to the office, preconditioned by then. This is really cool. And then you can repeat weekly. That way it's always every single Monday to Friday. And they've also added charge as well as a start time and end time. And now this is pretty cool. Same story, right? Start at 10 p.m. Let's just say you want to have a little evening. Let's say you go out somewhere after work. 10 p.m. is pretty good. And you can end by exactly when you need the car, right? So when you leave, right? So before I said 8:30, so maybe be done charging by 8 a.m. So I'm sure it'll hit before that, your 80% or whatever percentage you want to set it as. And you simply just create. Once you hit create, then you have your precondition schedule set up and your charge schedule set up. And I know a lot of people have been asking for this. This is a great update, and I think this is a really big update that not a lot of people are taking into consideration, because I think the spring update was a big deal to everybody, but I think this one's just as big of a deal because there's so many features I've added that a lot of people have been asking for. And then let's go over to the next one though. Up next, let's take a look at the brand new climate control panel. Now I did have to go back and reference what the previous one looked like to kind of memorize where everything was. I promise I don't have it memorized. And the first thing you'll notice is that the front and rear have been moved to the very top, making it kind of very visually seen, like, hey, these are all the controls related to the front and these are all the controls related to the rear. Another thing you'll notice up top is that keep, dog, and camp mode have been moved up over here, and previously they were on the right side. I don't believe this change was needed, but hey, they've made that change as well. And back to the front and rear, previously it used to be next to these little sitting guy icons based on what direction of the wind you want to select. You can choose the front or the rear. There's like a bunch of buttons that are kind of clustered, made it a little bit messy. So I do like that update over there. And then when you want to hit auto, these guys disappear. The wind direction hasn't changed. Facing you, facing down, or facing up. So you still have that customizability. Don't worry, you're not losing that. The heated seats remain at the bottom here on the bottom left. I usually just lock it here as a little shortcut whenever in the winter, because this comes in handy being able to click it right away. So I'd recommend adding it for you if you do live in a cold climate. And then we also have heated steering wheel over here, and then your fan speed in the middle as well, right? So you can choose that based on, you know, whatever number your preference is. This does change. So you'll notice when I have it on AC, you can choose the number of your fan speed, but when you select auto, you'll notice that it changes to low, medium, or high. I think they should just make it consistent all the way through. And then we have biohazard mode. I don't think this was here before, so I'm glad they've added here as well. And same thing here, heated seats. And the rear hasn't changed too much. You can control your rear heated seats, which I still believe is a very cool feature that not a lot of premium cars have, but this Model Y does have. And you can choose your adjustment of 3 levels per rear heated seats. Your rear fan is still here, and then you can also hit all off as well. So cool little update with the climate control as well, but the zoom is now full screen. I'll put an image up of that, as well as a Tesla mic. Another update is actually in a random hidden spot, but if you go to Bluetooth, that's where you can toggle reduce fan speed during calls. That was one of the updates I also mentioned as well. But that's it. That covers all the different updates in 2024.26. Comment down below what your favorite update is. And guess what? The Tesla referral program is back. So if you're interested in getting a Tesla, check out the referral link in my description, and you can save a bunch of money if you're buying a Tesla for yourself.